New, elegant, faster, sleeker, and available in up to 7 colors, the M1 iMac has a reputation for being just as appealing as it is powerful. Last couple of weeks, at Apple's first Apple event in 2021, Apple announced their next generation of iMacs as part of their 2-year migration plan to Apple Silicon. It is expected that Apple's M1 iMacs will begin shipping this week. The Apple M1 is so much faster than previous Intel chips because Apple integrated the chips that previously operated independently for the CPU, I/O, and security. A major factor in the hardware design of the M1 is the unified memory architecture, which enables all of the technologies to share data without having to swap between multiple pools of memory. A new Magic Keyboard includes Touch ID. An integrated fingerprint reader at the top right corner wirelessly authenticates users and provides quick user switching. As a desktop user, I'm sure this has been wanted for quite some time on the iMac. There isn't another biometric option for your desktop if you don't want Apple's first-party keyboard. The Magic Keyboard with Touch ID does not come with the iMac-based configuration. If you like Apple's larger wireless keyboard, you can upgrade to that before ordering. iMacs come in 7 different colors, and of course, they have color-matching accessories. An M1 iMac starts at $1299 for entry-level models, and $1499 for an 8-core GPU model with 2 USB-C ports, Gigabit Ethernet, and additional colors. Pre-ordered M1 iMac models will ship out this week of May 21st, but we'll learn more about them when reviews go live. Apple's new iMac receives some criticism. Possibly the biggest issue with this will be the lack of ports. That means more dongles and adapters. My preference would be to have a cleaner look while still integrating the latest technologies. However, 2 Thunderbolt/USB 4 ports on the 7-core GPU model seem too minimalistic to me. Guess we'll have to wait and see what's in store for the M1X iMac Pro. In any case, it would have been best to offer multiple Thunderbolt 4 and USB 4 ports on the iMac models rather than 2 on the 7-core GPU models and 4 on the 8-core GPU models. But this is mainly due to the hardware limitations of the M1 chip. The M1 processor clearly outperforms the previous MacBook Air powered by Intel CPUs during initial testing. In addition, the new MacBook Air is also silent because there are no fans at all. The number of cores or GPU don't matter unless you're a prosumer who needs faster rendering. Then the 8-core GPU is your best option. However, it depends on the storage you want. The entry-level SKU, with 7 GPU cores, has 256 GB of space, so it's sufficient enough for most people. The entry-level SKU would be a great place to start, but it would make more sense just to purchase the next level upgrade with the 8-core GPU instead. It's good to note that the new iMacs still have a 3.5mm headphone jack, now located on the left side of the iMac. Most people are using Wi-Fi connections to a network and the internet, but power users will prefer a wired connection with an Ethernet port to ensure top speeds and low latency. There is no Gigabit Ethernet jack on the 24-inch iMac per se, but there is one built into the power adapter. That Ethernet-equipped adapter doesn't come with the base model, however. You can opt to get one, but it'll cost an extra $30. Even though Wi-Fi is much more reliable nowadays, and the iMac has Wi-Fi 6 standard, there are times when it's easier to plug into a traditional Ethernet port. There is no Gigabit Ethernet port on the iMac itself. Rather, it's included in the power brick, preserving its sleek look. The Magsafe power cable is back. The power cable appears to be made of a color-matching woven cable that snaps into place on the back of the iMac magnetically. Now that Apple has finally released its M1 iMac, you may be feeling the urge to upgrade. The big question is it any better than the 27-inch iMac that was released in 2020? That will depend on your definition of better. Yes, the 2021 iMac has an all-new design that's available in a rainbow color of jewel-worthy colors, but does it perform any better? While there are some major differences between these two machines, such as the processor and design, there also may be close similarities. Display resolution, graphics, and camera are not so different in the two models. The Apple M1 chip design restructures the way Mac memory works. There are no longer memory slots. There is no longer RAM soldered onto the motherboard. The memory is integrated directly into the M1 chip itself. Since the memory is part of the M1 chip, it becomes non-upgradable. Second, it brings about all kinds of speed efficiencies that make your Mac run almost seamlessly. The fact that the M1 chip maxes out at 16 gig memory and can edit video that can make higher-end Intel Macs slow down is a good example of how well M1 manages the unified memory, meaning an 8 gig will easily perform as a 16 gig on traditional machines. In terms of max performance, however, the Intel iMacs on the highest end still outperforms the M1 capabilities, so if you're looking for more power, you'll either need to pick up the Intel version or wait for the M1X iMac. At its base model, the 2020 iMac comes with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of memory storage. But because of the available upgrades, you can pay to incorporate up to 128 gigs of RAM and 8 terabytes of storage. Again, the M1 iMac does not offer so many upgrade options. One reason is for its slimmer, lightweight profile and the limitations of the M1 chip. Though there are some criticisms, the new iMacs do look incredible in those 7 colors, and I'm sure they'll perform exceptionally well with the Apple M1 inside. If you work with monstrous computers that need multiple terabytes of storage, crazy RAM capacity, and 2 additional monitors to work efficiently, then the M1 iMac might not be the best choice. For those purposes, the 27-inch 2020 iMac is still an upgradable beast of a computer that comes with all the extra options, or you could patiently wait for the M1X iMac. With that being said, if you like lots of big screens, but you want that lightning-fast M1 processor, then you might want to hold off. An even bigger M1X 30-inch iMac might be in the works. And with the new 30-inch, or possibly even 32-inch iMac is released later this year, it may very likely come with bigger RAM and storage capacities, as well as other flexible options. The choice is yours, but if you need something right now, then you'll have to choose between the cool colors and lightning-fast processor of the M1 iMac, or the huge upgrade options and flexibility of the 2020 iMac. If you've liked this video, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to stay updated on all our latest videos. My M1 iMac comes in on Friday, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Are any of you guys getting one, or are you holding off for the M1X version? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.